Hello, I'm Mark Van Noven, a graduate student in the laboratory of Dr. Aaron Gertz at the Medical College of Wisconsin. And I'm here to talk to you about the role DNA looping plays in blood pressure regulation. First, a little bit of background. As we know, DNA encodes for RNA, and RNA is sort of the blueprints for proteins. Our lab is interested in how DNA can regulate RNA expression. So our genome, or our DNA, is made up of these non-coding and coding regions. The non-coding regions can be thought as junk DNA, and these coding regions are genes. And regulating how much a given gene is expressed is very important. There are several mechanisms that can influence gene regulation. Our lab, we are interested in how junk DNA can affect gene expression. We know nearly every cell in our body has DNA, and that DNA is packaged in the nucleus. If you put DNA end to end, it's roughly 6 feet long. So DNA needs to be coiled and eventually supercoiled in order to fit in the nucleus. Once you're coiling, that's when these loops form. These loops are important because they allow regions that are typically farther away to interact with other regions. So these regions may include elements such as promoters or enhancers that can influence gene expression. Maintaining these loops are important for proper gene expression. So there are proteins out there that their main function is to maintain these interactions and help form these loops altogether. One of our main questions in our lab is, can disrupting these DNA loops affect gene expression and ultimately blood pressure? Currently, we are unaware of any such example. So in our lab, we are studying DNA looping in the context of high blood pressure or hypertension using animal models. Hypertension can lead to heart attacks and many other adverse effects. But the best part about this project is that it can be expanded for nearly any disease that you want to study. Typically, there's always a genetic component for every disease, and figuring out these mechanisms can be very beneficial. And with that, I would just like to say thank you. And again, I'm Mark Van Noven from the Medical College of Wisconsin.